Hey, what is up, folks? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing absolutely fantastic. Now, we've reacted to many videos as it pertains to the aircraft that form part of the US military, but not so much as far as the ships that form part of the US military and specifically the US Navy. So I thought this would be a great opportunity to do that. So this video goes over the most powerful ships that form part of the US Navy, and I quite frankly cannot wait for this one. So without any further delay, let's get right into it. Oh my word, this is going to be a good one. Haven't done too many US ship reactions, so I'm looking forward to it. Top 10 ships.
Hello everyone. Today you're watching the US military channel.
Let's go.
The top 10 most powerful ships in the US Navy. The US Navy is the most powerful in the world. It has a collection of vessels that would make Poseidon blush and stop a Kraken in its tracks.
Right.
Both new and old, some of these weapon systems are the gold standard for naval ships. Here are the Navy's most powerful vessels. Only a wise person would know what the most powerful ship is in this video.
Okay, so before we continue, those that are very clued up as far as the US Navy is concerned, start guessing below what ships are going to fall in this list. I personally have no clue, but I know some of you know this or like the back of your hand, so I'd be very interested if you get some of these right. Ooh.
Number 1. Navy hospital ships.
Okay, that's interesting.
A hospital ship is a ship designated for primary function as a floating medical treatment facility or hospital. Most are operated by the military forces, mostly navies, of various countries, as they're intended to be used in or near war zones. In the 19th century, redundant warships were used as moored hospitals for seamen. The Second Geneva Convention prohibits military attacks on hospital ships, though belligerent forces do have rights of inspection and may take injured enemy patients as prisoners of war.
Right.
The USNS Mercy and USNS Comfort are the military's 2 hospital ships. These massive ships stand 10 stories tall and are the length of 3 football fields. Hospital ships can be deployed anywhere in the world to treat our soldiers and assist in humanitarian crises. More powerful than any missile, shell, or bullet is the power of compassion. These ships emulate that kind of compassion. Such were the expectations for the Navy hospital ship USNS Comfort that when it chugged into New York Harbor this week, throngs of people, momentarily forgetting the strictures of social distancing, crammed together along Manhattan's west side to catch a glimpse.
Wow.
On Thursday, though, the huge white vessel, which officials had promised would bring succor to a city on the brink, sat mostly empty, infuriating executives at local hospitals. The ship's 1,000 beds are largely unused, its 1,200-member crew mostly idle.
I mean, these will mainly only be used in times of war. Other than that, I guess they don't really have, so much use.
Number 2. The Ford-class aircraft carrier.
Oh boy, this is a beauty.
USS Gerald R. Ford, CVN-78, is the lead ship of her class of the United States Navy aircraft carriers. The ship is named after the 38th President of the United States, Gerald Ford, whose World War II naval service included combat duty aboard the light aircraft carrier Monterey in the Pacific Theater. In 2006, while Gerald Ford was still alive, Senator John Warner of Virginia proposed to amend a 2007 defense spending bill to declare that CVN-78 shall be named the USS Gerald Ford. The final version, signed by President George W. Bush on the 17th of October 2006, declared only that it is the sense of Congress that CVN-78 should be named the USS Gerald R. Ford.
So how many planes or aircraft do you believe that this carrier can hold? I think it's around 70. I might be slightly mistaken, but I remember hearing that in a previous video.
Since such sense of language is typically non-binding and does not carry the force of law, the Navy was not required to name the ship after Ford. The USS Gerald R. Ford is the newest aircraft carrier to join the U.S. Navy. It's the largest aircraft carrier in the world and has some very serious power behind it. This ship can hold over 75 assault aircraft
75
and lay some serious waste to any conflict zone it's sent to. You can check out the longer version of what this ship is capable of here. Number 3. The battleship.
Ooh, yeah.
A battleship is a large armored warship with a main battery consisting of large caliber guns. During the late 19th and early 20th centuries, the battleship was the most powerful type of warship.
Man, it's a
And a
beautiful
fleet
ship.
centered around the battleship was part of the command of the sea doctrine for several decades. By the time of World War II, however, the battleship was made obsolete as other ships, primarily the smaller and faster destroyers, the secretive submarines, and the powerful and large aircraft carriers, came to be far more useful in naval warfare. It is true that the era of battleships in the Navy has come to an end, but that doesn't change the fact that these were the most powerful ships in the sea for almost 2 centuries.
Oh, beautiful,
The
man.
Iowa-class battleship had a battery of 16-inch guns that were capable of launching nuclear warheads. During the 19th and 20th centuries, if a country wanted superiority on the sea, they needed an accompaniment of these legendary ships.
You know, when I see these battleships, just reminds me of that game Battleships. You know, I don't know if you ever played it when you were younger, but my goodness, that game was so fun. And the little boats that where you place it on your I guess you can say battle grid really resembled these battleships here, and I just find them to be such amazing, beautiful ships indeed. Yeah, we don't see them as often today, but my goodness, they definitely serve their purpose. That's for absolute sure. Wow. The power in those missiles.
Number 4. Wasp-class amphibious assault ship. The Baton looks like an aircraft carrier, but is technically a ship in the Wasp class. They're amphibious assault ships. Every vehicle on the ship is designed to assist in assault missions. There are Harrier jets, Ospreys, Chinooks, and pretty much every other vertical takeoff and landing vehicle you can think of. And if you need a vehicle to get your armor to the beach, they also have hovercraft to transport heavy assault and support vehicles. The Wasp class will be replaced with the newer America class amphibious assault ships soon, but for now they remain the king of their class. Number
Wow.
5. The Ohio class submarine.
Oh yes.
The Ohio class submarines are our intercontinental ballistic missile launch platforms. They're designed for stealth and are a strategic deterrent to other countries wanting to launch nuclear arms against the US. Even though these submarines have the capability of destroying entire countries, they're being tamed a bit. Due to international treaties, some of the Ohio-class subs are being converted into guided missile launch platforms, like the USS Florida, pictured here. Number 6. The Virginia-class submarine.
What's the
The
difference?
Virginia-class submarines are the U.S. Navy's most powerful attack submarine. In fact, they're so efficient and advanced, we're building 2 a year. These puppies can do anything, from deploying a SEAL team from below the surface of the water to launching cruise missiles. They're considered some of the most deadly weapons systems we have.
So they can only produce 2 a year, which just shows, how
Number
much
7.
it takes to
The
produce these
Zumwalt
things.
class destroyer. Looking like something out of a science fiction movie,
Yeah, it does.
the USS Zumwalt is the largest destroyer in the world.
Wow.
Its sleek design provides it with a steady profile that registers on the enemy radar as a small fishing vessel. Ever looking to the future, the Zumwalt can be retrofitted for electromagnetic railguns or laser weapons when they become available.
Gotta love American ingenuity. You just gotta love it. It does look like something out of a science fiction novel. He is correct. Wow.
Number 8. The Arleigh Burke class destroyer.
This almost looks
The
like a
Arleigh Burke
battleship.
class destroyer are a serious force in our Navy. They compose about 20% of all naval vessels. The U.S. Navy has been so impressed with their performance that they aren't even phasing them out for a better destroyer, something they typically do all the time. They're actually building them at the same time. Each class of destroyer has their own distinct advantages, and the Arleigh Burke class ship is designed for multi-surface warfare. It can attack vessels under, on, or above the sea.
Wow. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? That's what they always say. It's similar to the F-15 Eagle. Was supposed to be deprecated by now, but they still have them in operation because
Number
they're
9.
still so good.
Littoral combat ships. Littoral combat ships are designed
Wow.
for warfare close to the shores. These are fast and deadly ships that can travel up to 40 knots. For a vessel of that size, that's some serious speed.
Crazy.
These are used for fast assaults and generally carry a hefty armament for destroying other small vessels. They also have the ability to deploy small tactical teams to take over other vessels. Number 10.
Last
Daring
one.
class. The Daring class developed from a joint Anglo-French-Indian project called Project Horizon. However, this initiative was beset with delays and arguments. The Royal Navy wanted a larger destroyer which would operate in the Atlantic Ocean, could patrol large areas and provide air defense for the fleet. On the other hand, France and Italy desired a smaller warship to operate in the Mediterranean region. In 1999, the Royal Navy withdrew from the joint project and commenced the development of the Type 45 class. Significant changes were made to the original project. The lead ship, HMS Daring, entered service in 2009. The last
Beautiful
of 6
ship.
ships was commissioned in 2013. These are the largest surface combatants operated by the Royal Navy since World War II. Also, these are the most advanced warships of the Royal Navy. The main role of the Daring class is to provide air defense for the fleet. Some of the class's features include Principal Air Aircraft Missile Systems, PAMs. The PAMs incorporate 48-cell VLS with 32 Aster 30 missiles, 80-kilometer range, and 16 Aster 15 missiles, 30-kilometer range. The system can intercept super agile missiles fitted with re-attack modes, together with the full envelope of current and anticipated air threats. Furthermore, the ship can engage missile threats operating either individually or in salvos. In addition to PAMs, it's hoped that the Daring class will eventually deploy Tomahawk cruise missiles. Thanks for watching, and
Awesome.
don't forget
That
to
is
subscribe.
awesome. That is awesome. I definitely thoroughly enjoyed that. I just love the visuals. You don't get better than seeing, US Navy ships in operation. These pictures definitely speak louder than 1,000 words. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I definitely want to do more of these reactions to the US Navy ships. I feel like I've done so many on the US aircraft, and obviously those are my favorite aircraft in the world. But I want to learn more about the US Navy ships. So if you guys have any recommendations on my next video, please let me know. And let me know if you guessed any of these top 10 ships that were shown in this video. I want to see how many you got correct. But yeah, folks, that is all I have for you today. If you did enjoy this video or you found it interesting, please remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It definitely helps out a lot. But until next time, I hope you have a good one. I'll see you when I see you. Cheers.